Welcome to Mindflow Radio Show.
We are creating conscious community by sharing mindful manifesting skills and transcendental music.
We are all in this together. Everything is part of me.
I am part of everything.
Everything is part of me.
I am part of everything.
Everything is part of me.
I am part of everything.
Everything is part of me.
Looking inside myself.
What do I see?
Bright shining soul
Bright shining soul
inside of you. Inside of me. 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 Bright shining soul that you are.
You
Bright
are.
shining soul that you are.
You
Bright
are.
shining soul that you are.
You
Bright
are.
shining soul that you are.
You are.
I am part of everything.
Everything is part of me.
I am part of everything.
Everything is part of me.
I am part of everything.
Everything is part of me.
I am part of everything.
Everything is part of me.
Looking inside myself.
What do I see?
Bright shining soul
Bright shining soul
inside of you.
inside of me. Inside of you. Inside of me. Inside of you. Inside of you. Inside of you.
Bright shining soul that you are.
You
Bright
are.
shining soul that you are.
You are.
Bright shining soul that you are.
You
Bright
are.
shining soul that you are. Bright shining soul that you are.
You are.
To Mindflow Radio. She's
Jai
Lynn.
and he's Monte.
And we're your guests.
Yeah, we're your guests. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks for being here, everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah, another week in paradise.
Here we are, grounded in the moment.
Yeah.
Or are we just like thinking too much? I don't know.
Oh, man.
Where are you at?
I've been really thinking a lot about this idea of presence and how to make it more than an idea and actually be present.
Yeah.
It's
So
been,
how do you get there?
I personally, I have to say to myself, I am here now, or be here now. I have to literally say it to myself.
Okay.
I want to be present right now.
Postural awareness helps me a lot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I definitely have noticed that when I'm present, I notice my posture. I haven't noticed presence through my posture, but I've definitely noticed the tweaks in my posture when I finally get present.
Okay.
And I'm like, whoa, I'm holding my back really funny.
It's a trick. I mean, it's not a trick, but it's not easy in this culture to be in that place of just one way of looking at presence. It's just full on connectedness to the moment beyond analytical thinking. Right. So it's like the chattering mind is quiet for a while.
Yeah. What's a while? Like 2 seconds?
2 seconds is helpful. Yeah. That is helpful because every time we get to that place of presence, the analytical mind gets a break. And if the analytical mind never gets a break, then we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Then we're agitated.
Then the engine starts steaming.
And then we're looking at Facebook more than we should. And then we're also, on top of everything, we're feeling agitated because we're not present at all, but we blame our agitation on
others.
Yeah, right.
Our
it's
kids,
like, let's just take
our partners, our dog.
Or, yeah, politicians.
Oh, no, Lord.
You know, all that. We blame our agitation and we point our fingers. And then there's a point when each of us has to just take some responsibility for ourselves.
Yeah.
And our own mind states.
Yeah. I think that's a real sign of maturity, actually, is when we can take responsibility for our own actions, our own attitude, our own mood.
Yeah.
Our own response.
So you're saying like 3/4 of this country, the population is not very mature.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But, just
that
by noticing,
shift.
By noticing that that's a quality that you wish to nurture, then that's a mature step.
It is a mature step. It's like then you're taking responsibility for the garden of your own mind, essentially, instead of just like pretending it's
somebody else is doing.
Yeah, right.
I mean, there's a lot to be said about the situations that we end up in, and it's not to say that no one has ever done anything wrong to us.
No.
But our responses are our own.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times they're automatic, and it's like, this is how our nervous system has dealt with trauma in the past.
Yeah.
And so this is how it's going to act now, because that's how the body is. It's automatic. It's there for survival. It's the weird circles that you go in are your survival mechanisms that you've created over your lifetime, and they may seem odd and may seem like they're making you survive in a stressful place in your mind, but I mean, it's just how it is, and gotta unlearn that and train yourself to have different patterns.
Well, and I mean, bottom line, if we're going through hard times, which a lot of us are right now, in some way, in some fundamental way, it's part of the human condition up till now, just hard times, and now's a weird hard time we're going through. And,
all together.
But we're more effective we're more effective at creating positive change if our minds are working more effectively, right?
Exactly.
So if we're getting connected with the moment periodically throughout the day, our minds are going to be more in balance.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to be more able to just essentially roll with the punches and do the best we can to improve our lives, improve our own minds, and improve our lives, and improve our behavior, and
improve our responses,
and create a new and more evolved culture. I mean, and that'll never happen from just like pointing our finger and blaming people,
right?
Because that's kind of the PC way right now.
I mean, that's like the little kids on the playground that said, "He did it."
Yeah, and that might be true.
And everybody turns and says, but there's, usually a lead up. There's a lead up to the peak. The peak doesn't just usually happen. Like there's the, the picture that's going on in my mind is like a kid is down and out. He has a really bad life at home. Dad's always yelling, goes to school, gets yelled at by the teacher, told to sit down. Every time he like does anything, he's in trouble, and goes out in the playground. Everybody like is like kind of huddled around. He's left out and he's just tired of being left out, and he goes and punches somebody. Is it really all his fault? Or is it like the whole system of pushing him away and the whole system of not giving him the nurturing that he needs?
All right. Well, and you're trying to see just like all the variables involved, and
that's usually how it is there's usually like a whole host of variables.
Well, and even unseen variables that we can't even know.
Right.
Past life stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
All that.
Yeah.
All that. And just
and I mean to say like the playground, because it just seems like there is this immaturity of our culture that we're still in the playground, we're still in our cliques.
Right.
We're still huddled around pushing somebody out and making fun of them.
Right. Name calling.
Yeah.
Tons of name calling.
Really? When are we going to grow up? Because I want to be in the grown-up pile. Pile. That's a really weird way to say it. The grown-up, what do you say? Circle or...
grid. The grown-up grid.
The grown-up grid.
Well, heck yeah. But for me, that just makes me feel like, oh, of course we're going to evolve. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just natural that we evolve from being, emotionally childlike, essentially, into adulthood.
Right.
It's part of the human evolution of things.
Totally. And what another flash that just went through my mind is that we, no matter how mature we get, still are a child. Because we're the child of the universe, and the universe is like this, the God creator, goddess, grander than any word could ever sum up.
Yeah.
And more knowing and mature than we will ever get to experience in this physical body.
Yeah.
So we're still the child of that.
We are.
But we can be more grown up. We can be more aware and awake, and
like you said, just taking responsibility for where our own minds are at, and trying to work against blaming and shaming and name calling and bullying and all the problems little kids have, essentially, and whining and
why can't I have that? I want it now. I do that sometimes, don't I?
Well, we all have issues with. I mean, it's like it's steeped in us from our greater culture.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, and the media promotes that kind of blaming and name calling and the whole spiel, and it's just like in that, like determines how a lot of people think.
Yeah,
let's face it.
Because it's like that. Like vibration, I'm missing my words, but the mainstream is a large collective. That's why it's called the mainstream.
Yeah, it
There's
is
like
a large collective.
a lot of people are hooked into it.
So now it's time for the mainstream to
turn into a creek.
To evolve.
Oh.
Turn into the to reach the ocean.
Right,
Maybe
of
reaching the
course.
ocean is like mainstream. Maybe it's time we kind of move closer to the ocean of the universe. Of
I like
all
that.
understanding and peace.
Yeah, that's cool.
Instead of tripping.
Yeah, yeah, and it's so interesting how we are both an individual and a collective.
Yeah, right.
So we're unique and we're not unique.
Right. Well, our energy is real.
Yeah.
According to physics, it's like the basis of all matter is energy. So we are energetic beings. And our energy like spreads it like through a lot of different methods, ways, but our energy does radiate. It emanates from us, and then we connect with other people who have similar energy.
Right.
And that's the grid. So you have the mainstream grid of energy.
It's all worry and fear.
Well, a lot of it. Yeah, and greed.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not forget that one. Greed, competition.
Yeah.
That's another one. And hatred.
It makes me think about my favorite line in the Bhagavad Gita that says that anger and selfish desire are the enemies to spiritual progress. And, anger. So let's think about that.
Yeah.
We're in this society and in our old school therapy, we're encouraged to get angry.
Yeah.
And that's the way forward somehow.
Yeah.
And I would offer that there's a place. I mean, it happens. It doesn't mean that it's something that we should bury or pretend doesn't exist. Yeah. But it's not our fuel.
No.
It can be our fuel towards a solution. Like I've gotten angry over the last couple months, and I've had to really sit with it and talk with a couple close friends and be like, hey, I'm really pissed about this.
Yeah.
And then it's not the anger. It's not the anger that I find the solution in.
No.
It's the after the anger, after having some time to just talk about it and wind down and then go, oh, well, what can I do about this? It's not the anger that is the what can I do about this. And I just want to really clarify that because I feel like our culture is like, get angry.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
Like it's your job to be angry right now. I mean, and I agree. We all do get angry from time to time.
And that's totally fine.
Yeah,
it's
as long
normal.
as it's in moderation. Because ultimately, if we cling to the thoughts that make us angry,
right,
then we get stuck in that rumination and we can stay angry our entire life.
Yeah.
People hold grudges for their entire life.
Yep. Seen that.
Yeah. Right. Because their mind is ruminating on this story that's making them angry.
Right. And if that wouldn't have happened, I would have had a good life. And how could that have happened? Jeez,
yeah, and just blame.
It was all their fault. I can't believe they did that to me.
Blame.
And that's again, like I get all these flashes, and that again, when you hold a grudge like that, when you think that anger is a fuel, it's like I'm gonna go poison somebody, but then you drink the poison, thinking that by drinking the poison, you're poisoning them. But really, you're just poisoning yourself. And these negative emotions, they're draining. They're really hard on the brain. They're really hard on the nervous system and the adrenals.
And then they'll spike your energy for a few moments. But
yeah.
if they can, you see, and that's when you can use that energy. Mm-hmm. You're angry, you're spiked, you use it in some productive way. Mm-hmm. But you have to be careful too, because when we're angry, we say things a lot of times we don't mean.
Right. And then
we do things we don't want to do. I mean, so essentially, I don't know, just for people who are into mindfulness and into presence, it's like they get angry too, but they come back to center quicker.
Right.
And it's not by repressing the actual anger. It's like getting over it.
Yeah.
It's like through understanding.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's through, forgiveness, for example, is a skill that helps us overcome that.
Mm-hmm.
And
or even just rising up to that bird's eye view, and you're able to see more of the picture, and then it's like, oh, well,
yeah, right.
Everybody has their reasons for their...
Yeah, we're all like effed up, like children in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
And like to expect...
Hurting, sad.
Yeah, right. We're all confused.
Hearts.
We're all these confused spiritual beings.
Mm-hmm.
And if we cling to anger, it just... It's a road into lots of mistakes.
Lots of pain and suffering. And talk about increasing your suffering.
Yeah, and in no way am I encouraging people to like just be a doormat. That's not at all what I'm saying.
Not at all.
I'm saying you act appropriately, and just keep in mind that the best UFC fighters are not out there being angry.
And the best arguments are led by somebody who's being non-emotional and getting their point across.
Yeah, so you're more effective at fighting if you're not angry.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need to fight, you need to fight. But if you want to be more effective, at anything, anger just like...
You got to be able to take the emotion out of it, because then you're like able to see clearly. You're able to see, like, this punch is coming at my head. I'm ducking. There's something to be said about that when you're angry.
Well, you're angry. Yeah, your body tenses up. As far as UFC goes, I've noticed that when guys go out there and they're angry, their bodies are more
already
stiff.
Tense, yeah,
their bodies are more stiff. They have like some pre-planned actions that they usually go into. So they're not like intuiting what to do. They're just like, this is my plan. And then they get tired really fast.
Right.
That's the angry fighter for you.
Especially if their moves don't work out.
Well, and a lot of times they don't, because they're stiff.
Right.
They're stiffer. There's just this level of agitation in their movements.
Yeah.
I guess. And the best fighters are just smooth and graceful, and they just go with
fluid.
Things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super well trained, of course.
Yeah, I am not a fighter very much, but we train in Tai Chi, and I've premeditated in my mind, if it ever were to happen, that I would know how to move, and I know how to keep myself safe. I don't know if I'd be able to really hurt anybody, but I do think I'd be able to keep myself safe.
I think your kicks look pretty powerful to me, personally.
That's funny.
Knees,
yeah, so I want to come
elbows.
back. I want to come back to my favorite quote, because it's really, really pertinent for our time. And the Bhagavad Gita is a book about knowing when and how to fight for the right thing, and what is the right thing. And the right thing is something that when you're completely connected to spirit, to soul, to source, to creation, not being connected to your ego. Yeah. There's a big difference. And,
huge.
And part of that is being able to sort through what is going on in your mind, and where is it coming from? And what is selfish desire? Selfish desire is greed, jealousy, wanting something to be a different way than it is, wanting to be seen, wanting fame, wanting, what's it called when you get recognized? Recognition. And these things aren't part of your forward progression. And I'm saying I don't know why, I guess because you're out there listening, but I'm really talking about myself more than anything.
Yeah.
And it's so important and I've noticed that these 2 times that I got angry this summer were because of a desire for recognition, a desire for things to go my way.
Oh, okay.
And in the end, it ended up being something that I needed to let go of inside of myself and learn how to use my words in a better, more clear way so that people could understand who I was and where I was coming from. And that was the end result. And the end result for myself is, I'm here to share what I've learned. I've been down a dark road and feel like I've come out the other side pretty good.
Nice.
And
good job.
Have good friends and good family, mostly chosen. And I think it's possible to walk down this mindful path and get on the grid that you want to get on, get on the vibration that you want to get on.
Yeah.
And totally divorce the mainstream. I mean, I know you were talking about maybe the mainstream makes it to the ocean and matures. Maybe that's possible, but in my mind, it's like a divorce. Like, no, I don't. No, I don't.
You're tired of that energy, and you want to commune with a different, higher vibration.
Yeah, and sometimes you just got to turn your back on things that don't serve.
Yeah, well, and move in that direction of creating the culture and the life and the village you want.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And we don't have time to be like arguing and name calling.
There seriously is no more time.
No, now's the time to move forward.
Yeah.
And create a better world. And it's so doable. We have the technology. It's just a matter of going for it, not getting bogged down in this mainstream energetic mess.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
so rise up, separate from it, let it go. There's whole collectives of people that are doing the same. And they're forward thinkers. They're forward creators. They're creating the villages. They're creating sustainability. They're creating sustainable energy, sustainable housing, sustainable transportation, sustainable food production.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some really big things that need to be created like yesterday.
Well, I believe it starts right in our own minds.
Right.
And what do we want to create? We want to create a compassion. Compassion for others, compassion for ourselves, respect for others, soulful awareness of my own essence. And then if I'm able to achieve that, I see it in everybody else.
Right.
And then it's easy to be respectful towards everyone, even if I don't agree with them.
Right.
Even if they're a threat, I can still respect them.
Right.
Because they're trying their best. And we're all confused. Let's face it,
And to be compassionate to yourself, if you feel a threat, you remove yourself from it.
Oh, absolutely. You deal with it with a clear mind.
Yeah.
And that'll vastly increase your chances you get out of it unscathed.
Right.
But you never know. Sometimes you just have to deal.
And I mean that in all ways. Again, like the mainstream, like remove yourself from it if it's threatening your sanity, if it's threatening your peace of mind, if it's threatening your health and well-being, remove yourself from it.
Take a media fast. Take that news off your phone.
And imagine for a moment that there is a vast universal order in play right now. And there's no human government or authority that is going to really make a difference in that universal order.
Yeah.
And it's more about getting yourself right with yourself, your family, your community. What can you do to be prepared for who knows what?
Well, and I mean, another way of looking at that is humanity is destined to evolve.
We're evolving right now.
It's happening right now. And it doesn't have to do with anything because it's just the universe wants it to happen.
Right, exactly.
Because it's why we're here, is to evolve. And just because we've been stuck in this warring paradigm for the last 2,000
There's been war
years
in this country. There has been war in big cities
Oh, yeah.
for decades, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
just like turn a blind eye.
Oh,
We
yeah.
just like don't even care
Right.
unless we're in it. And if you're in it,
Yeah.
you're like being completely traumatized, don't know how to get out, don't know
Yeah.
how to be healthy.
Right. It's true.
I mean, there's war happening right here, and that is a product of our mainstream. And there's like, it's been going on for decades. You can't blame it on anybody who's in the present government right now. It has been happening, and it's going to continue to happen I don't actually think it can. I think the universe is doing something that none of us can even fathom, and to like continue to give our power to somebody because we hate them so much, and they're in office and we hate them so much.
You are giving that person your power at that point.
And it's like that. It's like they did everything. They caused the wars in Chicago and Detroit over the last 3 decades. It's all their fault. No, I'm sorry. There's not one human. There's not. You can't. There's no way to blame anybody. It's just unplugging from the source of distraction.
Yeah, well, from the source that's creating hatred.
Right. Well, and it's distraction.
Yeah, it is
not
distraction. Because you're not doing
nowhere.
anything productive. It's holding you back.
Yeah, and it's just like, I must hate this
lowering
person.
your
I must hate this
vibration.
person.
It's making you agitated. It's making you depressed, giving you anxiety. And
it's
which is
taking
exactly,
your energy.
Yeah.
You only have so much energy in a day. And if you give it up to somebody who doesn't even know you exist, then that's your doing. You're responsible for your energy usage. And if you give it away like that, you have none left.
Right. And then you're stuck.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have any energy, you can't
step forward. You can't do anything. You can't plan. You can't do anything.
No, you can't.
You're literally stuck on the couch. And it's, I mean, and this is like a pep talk. I hope that it's being received like that. I'm really trying to encourage you to unplug from anything that's draining your energy and take time. Time is so precious. Time is so precious right now. Train yourself. Train yourself to be resilient. Train yourself to be solution-oriented. Train yourself to be a compass of solutions.
Yes.
Feel them out inside of you, and point yourself in that direction and start taking steps. When something distracts you, block it. Block it like you would somebody throwing you a punch.
Yeah. I mean, and it begins by finding some stillness in our minds.
I know.
It really does.
That's the part
it's
that
the foundation of it all.
It's so hard for me to get still because I'm like, solution. But
stillness is a solution.
It is. It's one of the biggest solutions.
It is. Well, it's the beginning.
So I've been really
trying.
I've been really trying. And
you
like,
get it. You're
feet.
doing yoga every day. You're reaching that moment. You're playing music. You're doing Tai Chi every once in a while.
I know, but I know that I preach this stuff. I literally preach this stuff to my clients, to my friends.
Yeah, well, you've been a dedicated yogini chanting human ever since I've known you.
Yeah,
so,
but I just want to say, like, I'm training. Not there, really. Because when I think about presence, I'm just like, what? Oh yeah, presence. Be here now, be here now. And then off I go again. And it's just like, if there's one thing that I need to work on, it's presence. Absolutely.
Right.
All right, my friends. I hope that you're inspired to point yourself in the direction of solutions. I also hope that you are inspired to share either the message or this actual podcast with your friends to inspire them as well.
And we have videos on IMI.earth.
We have so much in store. We're about to launch, y'all. So we have a 4-week countdown going on. We're going to launch our school and launch our community. So there's ways to be involved with us directly. And we're really excited about launching all that. So wanna get some folks excited with us.
Yeah, we are all in this together. And the more we can help you, the more you help us. And it just it creates this cycle, this spiral, this ascending spiral. And we want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
We are a part of it, actually.
Yeah. That grid, of that vibrational grid that's above all the dogma and above all of the distraction.
Yeah.
And it's just clear-minded, purposeful being doing the best we can as physical, in these physical bodies.
Hooking into the universe's plan of ascension, essentially.
The golden age is upon us. Are you ready?
Age of Aquarius.
So we have one more song for you, and this one is Yantee, and it's a very ancient, beautiful, beautiful chant that it's kind of like the genesis of yoga. So enjoy. If you know it, sing along, and we'll see you next week. thank you for your presence. You've been listening to Mindflow Radio. You can support Mindflow Radio on Patreon and get exclusive content access. Big gratitude to Lotus Head for their mindful music, keeping us in the flow. A shout out to our sponsors, Integrated Mindfulness Institute. Online, visit www.imi.earth. For ideas, questions, or comments, contact us by email, connect@imi.earth. Many blessings on our health and peaceful evolution. We are all in this together.